Let's help Original Gabbo get out of a bit of an awkward family situation. Original Gabbo writes, "Hey Kristen, my family tends to make a lot of sexist jokes, and when I tell them this is inappropriate, not funny, makes me and others uncomfortable, etc., they don't see any problem because they themselves think it's hilarious. They don't get that they're actually hurting my feelings and making me kind of hate them. So unfortunately, Original Gabbo, there's a very good chance that you simply saying, 'that hurts my feelings' or 'that's not funny' is not gonna get people to stop telling jokes."
Okay, wait, here's another one. Why do women have boobs? So you got something to look at while you're talking to them.
That's a good one, Peter. That's what they're for, all right.
Are you telling jokes? I love jokes.
Oh, all right, then you'll love this one. Okay. Why do women have boobs? So you got something to look at while you're talking to them. So you got something to look at while you're talking to them.
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do, do you? No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
Bottom line, you suck a good dick, yes or no? I mean, can she suck the chrome off a trailer and lay back with a beer afterwards? To me, that's a lady, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll tell you, today they don't suck dick the way they used to. They dabble in it. They lay there, they flick it, they smack it. Oh, look at the way it jumps. It can sing and dance too, now suck my cock, honey. And you know they don't know what they're doing, because the minute they start, they gotta look right into your eyes, like... It's like you're looking down at a golfer, you know? And it's like, why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me, suck my dick, concentrate! And juggle the balls. What are they, orphans, honey? It's a three-piece set. Work it, hone it. You can't party with the big boys, don't show up.
Yeah, I like banging fat chicks. Who's with me, guys? Anyone? No? Just me. I love banging fat chicks. I'm a big game hunter, dude. I love nailing fat chicks. I love nailing them, dude, because they are easy. Like, I drive around, I got this CD full of ice cream truck jingles, and like, oh, man. Those girls come running, man. Like, really slow, but they get there, you know? So, like, they got cash, they got good humor, it works out, so. I want to apologize. I didn't mean to be so damn great. All right, I want to apologize. Sorry.
Just petition to ban women from playing sporting events.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Awesome, thanks for that.
You ever watch women's basketball, dude? It's fucked.
My girlfriend just texted me saying that there's the petition to ban women from voting as well. Are you...
Oh, no, I'm just doing sporting events. Sorry, mate.
Right.
But women, you don't get creepy. You get hornier as you get older. It's weird. You want to do all your sexing between the ages of 30 and 50. That's when you want it. But here's how sad things are. The value of vagina is only good from 18 to 29. Pussy get old like bread, not like wine. I don't want the waiter to bring me a vintage glass of twat. You'd be like, would you like a 52 stinky vagina from the funk region? You'd be like, ugh, nigga, you ain't got a better year than that? You ain't got an 89 down there? Give me an 89. I don't care what it is. Water, just 89. I'm not saying you're not sexy if you 40 or whatever. You're beautiful, whatever. I'm just saying 20 is just 20. 20. Who's 20 down here? How old are you? Older than 20? I hear it in your voice. You sound like you chew cigarettes. She's just like, as cute as you are, you can hear it. I'm older than 20. Because women who are not 20, did you see what happened? She raised her hand fast. 20! Yay! Older than 20. 20 years. God. I bet you your pussy tastes like hope.
I would love to be gay. I'll tell you why, because I'm a man's man. I like men. Men like me. We like each other. I hate women. Women hate me. We hate each other. The only reason I couldn't be gay is because I could never fuck a man. Because I could never fuck something that I respect.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Weed?
Peter, we have a problem.
Mr. Griffin, I'm Gloria Ironbox. I represent one of your co-workers, Sarah Bennett. She's suing you and the company for sexual harassment.
Sarah. Oh, she the one we videotaped taking a dump? Why? What happened?
Sexual harassment is a very serious charge, Mr. Griffin.
All right, look, first of all, if I can speak in my own defense, all I did was tell a little joke. Second of all, women are not people. They are devices built by the Lord Jesus Christ for our entertainment.
Peter, please. Miss Ironbox, I assure you this company in no way condones Peter's conduct. In fact, a film on employee relations has been a mandatory part of our personnel training for 50 years.
Irrational and emotionally fragile by nature, female co-workers are a peculiar animal. They are very insecure about their appearance. Be sure to tell them how good they look every day, even if they're homely and unkempt. You're doing a great job, Muriel, and you're prettier than Mamie Van Doren. And remember, nothing says good job like a firm, open palm slap on the behind.
The other night, I couldn't sleep because I was thinking of shit I wished I'd written on a poster I saw at university 18 years ago. Now, picture that level of obsession and feel sorry for me. I went to college right here in Glasgow. I went to a place called Strathclyde University. I don't know if you're familiar with it. But yeah, Strathclyde University, some of you, as you say, know it. And it was quite common for people to write on posters. But the one that really got me, it was hung up in our student union. It was by the Women's Society. The Women's Society had put up this poster that said, up until 1870, it was legal for a man to beat his wife with a stick as long as it was no thicker than his thumb. And then under that, in big letters, it said, what's changed? Yes, that is the perfect level of scoffing, derisory laughter that poster deserves. I know it's supposed to make us take a long, hard look at ourselves, but it just makes you go, what a wanky poster. To this day, I regret not going up to that poster and going, it's no longer legal for a man to beat his wife with a stick that's no thicker than his thumb. There you go. 100% of what you've written has changed. That's pretty good. Between you and I, the clue was in the up until. Is there a series of these posters? I'll do the lot. Fuck it. While I'm here, yous can vote now as well. Let's see, what else? I could be here all day. You're allowed to own land now? That's a pretty good. Oh, here's a good one. You're allowed to go to university now, where you can form societies that hang up posters that make you all look like dicks. And end mime. See, that's got to be thorough when you're being picky. It's just such a whingy, spoiled brat of a poster, though, isn't it? What's changed? Fucking everything! All right, I'll grant you we don't have 100% equality. There's a glass ceiling. There is still work to be done. The struggle goes on. Sisters. But to imply that we haven't moved on since 1870 is a fucking crock. You got sexual harassment laws and equal opportunity laws, divorce laws, the vote, all this, and it shits on the memory of the feminists who got us to this position. You know, women who made real sacrifices through the years to get us to where we are today. I'm not talking about women who went putting up posters in their student union. Oh, how very brave of you. I'm talking about women who chained themselves to factory gates for weeks on end for equal pay. Now, Emily Davison gave her life for the women's movement, threw herself under the king's horse to protest the fact that women didn't have the vote. Literally died for the women's movement. You gotta hope there's no afterlife, don't you? Just the idea of her looking down from above at a woman putting up a poster going, what's changed? Like, you ungrateful bitch. Sorry you don't feel I did me bit, love. Let me down there. Come on, give me 5 minutes with her. Come on, just 5 minutes. I swear, I'll be straight back up, honestly. What's changed? I'm walking around up here with hoof prints on me so you could vote, you miserable bitch. I am gonna haunt your fucking ass. And you know what's really annoying? It was never legal for a man to beat his wife with a stick no thicker than his thumb. I don't mean I'm annoyed that was never legal. That's a good thing. We can all be happy about that. But it makes the poster all the more irritating because it's based on a fallacy. How many people have heard that one before? That's where rule of thumb came from? Yes? A few of you? It's nonsense. It never happened, seriously. Rule of thumb comes from carpentry. And this notion that a man used to be able to beat his wife with a stick, it's an urban legend based on the fact that one judge in like the 1600s said women deserve a clout now and again, and if you want to use a stick, go ahead. I'm paraphrasing. It's basically what he said, though. But he was ostracized for saying it, and it never set a precedent, and he was lampooned publicly in the media of the day. It never came into law, not in Britain, not in Ireland, not in America, not in any Western civilized society has there ever been a law that said a man could beat his wife with a stick of any even vaguely measured thickness. So, really, what I should have written on the poster was... Nothing's changed. You women will still make up shit in order to have a row.
So, next up on the chopping block, XM satellite radio DJs Opie and Anthony. They're under fire now for airing joking comments about raping Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice. Will they be the next to go? Is radio cleaning house after the Imus debacle? With me now, New City President Sonia Osorio. She took part in a recent protest calling for radio stations to stop supporting negative language in music and talk radio. And also, our favorite, stand-up comic, Patrice O'Neill.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Patrice, are O&A next?
I hope not. I wish JV and Elvis didn't lose their job or Imus. It's funny, this is the thing. I don't know her, but I'm assuming that she has nothing to do with funny. So I'm gonna speak as the expert on funny. Funny people should just be left to trying to be funny.
What if they're not funny?
Then you made a mistake. But how many times has how many unfunny rape jokes lead to rape? Like,
I don't know how many jokes about rape there are.
There's a lot. But your world is not funny. Your world is next on the big story. My world is people trying to be funny.
Well, I mean, you think it's okay to try to make jokes about rape?
I'm diabetic. I make fun of that. I'm a victim. I might lose a toe. But I'm trying to make fun of. I'm trying to make fun of anything I think I can make fun of.
Sonia?
You know, what's happening now is the marketplace is deciding what's appropriate or what's not appropriate. I think the nation is just tired. There's a new mood in the nation.
What nation?
The nation. You know what? We're tired of things that are just
the nation, this paper, and you? I'm not the nation. I'm just speaking for me and funny. You're speaking for the nation, or you're speaking for...
Yeah, you know why? Because I remember 6 years ago doing something against Anthony Opie because they were just so outrageous, and their violent images that they put out to women was just uncalled for. And now I think people...
You think they were trying to be funny?
I think now people in this country...
Do you think they were trying to be funny?
Tired. You know what? I don't care if they were trying to be funny.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you in that business?
I've been to your show once, and it wasn't very funny being a woman.
It was
in your
hilarious.
Show, when you talked about...
That's why she doesn't like me. I was in the paper with her, and the joke is hilarious, called The Angry Pirate. And the lady who wrote it in her outrage didn't even know what it meant, and anybody who read it laughed, because they know what funny... You're not living in the context of funny. You're living in the context of fired.
I was asked this evening not to be patronising or sexist. I thought, fair enough, let's face it, birds can't take it. You're not offended, are you? Of course not, you're thinking about shoes. Don't worry, that's postmodern misogyny. That joke was in fact steeped in irony. So don't you worry your pretty little head about it, love. I've got a theory as to why women buy so many shoes. It's because they spend so much time on their feet, walking around the shops, buying shoes. My girlfriend's a very deep sleeper. You can't wake her up, which has got its advantages. She's going to be thrilled when I tell her she's pregnant. I've got a friend that didn't believe in sex before marriage, so I showed him some photos. I said, well, she can't be married to all four of them. A couple of weeks ago, I failed to perform sexually. I'm not going to go into details. Suffice it to say, I arrived early. And my girlfriend said, don't worry, that happens to a lot of guys. I said, right, I'll stop you there, a couple of things. Firstly, who are these a lot of guys? And secondly, if it's happening to more than one of us, don't you think it could be your fault? Our reaction as a society to Britney Spears, especially men's reaction to Britney Spears, I think tells us a lot. Because Britney Spears is the kind of woman that men see on television and say, well, she's let herself go. What is she, a size 12? What a state. But if we fucked her, we'd be high-fiving strangers on the night bus. Ladies, if you get a burning sensation when you pee, it could be one of three things. Could be cystitis, could be a bushfire, or it could be someone's talking about you, JJ. So I'm telling these jokes. It sounds like I'm misogynistic, but I'm not. I'm actually quite a modern man. I've got no problem buying tampons, but apparently they're not a proper present. Happy birthday, Mum.
Fucking unbelievable. Look, I understand hitting a woman's a bad thing, okay? Well, how come you can't fucking ask questions? I just don't understand. Like, if I get bit by a rattlesnake, wouldn't you guys have some questions? Right? How did it happen? Did you not see it? Were you fucking with it? How did this snake get so mad it almost killed you? Firemen put out a fire. They don't just drive away afterwards. They sift through the debris. How did it start? Here's an oily rag, right? Look, I realize I'm coming off pretty ignorant right about now. I realize that. Let me extend an olive branch then, okay? I realize that there's some animal guys out there, okay? Horrible guys, you know, have a rough day at the factory, come home, tuna casserole, and just start swinging, all right? I'm not trying to say that those people don't exist. I realize they exist. They should be buried underneath the prison, okay? So if I can admit that, ladies, can you at least admit that every ass kicking doesn't just fall out of the fucking sky? Really? Even hockey has 2 minutes for instigating, right? They understand that some back and forth happened before that shit, you know? You know what it is? Is every case is handled like that Rihanna one, where they just say, the guy's a piece of shit, fuck this guy, blah, 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 send him to jail, and then they never ask anything about that. You know, I'm not saying he should have done it, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, dude, in your heart of hearts, what do you think was going down before that happened? You think she was just sitting there going, oh my God, Baskin Robbins, you want to get some ice cream? You fucking... You know? Or do you think maybe they were having some epic end of the relationship fight and some crazy shit was being said? Maybe she was screaming in his ear some crazy female shit like, oh, fuck all your friends, I don't give a fuck. Maybe that's why I sell more albums than you, motherfucker. Right? To be fair, she could have just been sitting there going, I need a tissue. Do you keep those in the glove box? Oh my God, I'll bring my out. I'll bring my out. Now, fuck that, because you know what it is? They never address how women argue, which I think is a core of a lot of that shit. You know? And I got to tell you something, man. Like, I never knew how women argued. But after 20 years of losing every significant battle in a relationship, I finally figured out how they argued. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm starting to turn this franchise around. I have begun a winning tradition. This is how they argue, as far as I can tell. All right? If they're right, they argue the point. And they stay on point and make sure you stay on point until you're down on your knees, apologizing, begging for forgiveness. All right? No problem with that. Totally respect it. But here's the thing. If they're wrong, they go rogue. They go off-road. They start thinking of shit you're sensitive about. Maybe you don't get along with your dad. And in their head, they just start concocting this evil statement. Totally designed, this desperate Hail Mary attempt to make you so fucking mad, you just call them a cunt. That's what it is. And cunt trumps all the bullshit they did to start the argument. Now it's not about that. Well, that's no reason to call me a cunt. And then that's it. You're in this room now, right? And they won't hook up with you for a couple of days. Who cares? Who cares? You rub one out. Rub one out like a man. It's the champagne of victory.
Please, it is not anti-woman just to talk about women, okay? And we're going to do it now. Because when I say this is a feminized country, first of all, understand that I get it, that there are millions and millions of women who are steely-eyed realists and millions of men who are anything but. However, for lack of a better term, I would say that the feminine values are now the values of America. Sensitivity is more important than truth. Feelings are more important than facts. Commitment is more important than individuality. Children are more important than people. Safety is more important than fun. I always hear women say, you know, married men live longer. Yes, and an indoor cat also lives longer. It's a furball with a broken spirit that can only look out on a world it will never enjoy, but it does technically live longer. See, this is very personal to me because I'm like the last of my guy friends who have never gotten married, and their wives, they don't want them playing with me. You know, I'm like the escaped slave. I bring news of freedom. You know, it's not a good thing to have me around, you know. Keep the husbands in the dark. They're happier that way. So I know women don't have it easy in America, but it is sort of politically incorrect just to be male in this country now. I mean, look at television. Look at any sitcom. The wife is always brilliant and ethereal and right about everything, and the husband is always a dumb fuck lucky to have found her. The only smart men on television are Frasier and his brother, both of whom are gayer than Little Richard's underpants. So, I understand that women suffer, but I don't think it's as much publicized that a lot of men in America are living lives of quiet desperation, lobotomized of their libido, anesthetizing themselves with sports and pornography, and living in an Orwellian world where we have to pretend to concur with the woman's point of view. On any TV show in America, if somebody got up there and said, you know, women are smarter than men, automatic round of applause. If somebody said men are smarter than women, you'd be booed off the stage. I mean, what does that tell you about our culture, that we have to pretend that one sex is smarter than the other? Women are smarter than men. If women ran the world, there'd be no wars. Being pregnant is sexy. You know, just a whole roster of things that we don't really believe, but we pretend to believe because it's easier to make women nod than to live in the doghouse. I heard one on daytime TV the other day. Only a woman could have said this, and of course everyone pretended it was true. She said a couple should explore their mutual fantasies. There are no such things as mutual fantasies.
Yours bore us, ours offend you. Trust me.
Disrespect them women! Subjugate those hoes! Now that's a great fetus!
There you go.
It's hard to be honest, man. Honesty is not the greatest thing to be. It's just no one wants to hear, yeah. Especially your woman, you know, she don't want to hear that. Because men, it's hard for us to love you and like you at the same time. It's just, it is what it is. Once a man loves you, he no longer likes you usually. So I'm gonna give you some advice, ladies, on how to keep your man liking you once he loves you, if that's possible. This is what I think. Men wanna be alone, but we don't wanna be by ourselves. Does that make sense at all? Meaning, really, look at this guy looking at his wife like, not you, sweetie, but sort of you, kinda. We want you somewhere, like, in the dwelling, just not here, like, just like around the corner, in the vents. You can sit in the vent, I don't care if you want to watch me, but in the on the roof, anywhere, but just not in front of me, trying to be my friend. What you doing? What you doing? Watching baseball? Why you watching baseball by yourself? How come you didn't get me up? You snuck out of bed. Why'd you didn't get me up? I want to watch baseball with you. What you doing? Why you down here by yourself? Move over, move your leg off that ottoman where it's comfortable so I can sit next to you and wrap my leg around your leg and some weird I love you hot vine. Move over, give me your arm. Give me your arm. Give it to me. Let me give it. Come here. Give me a kiss. Mean it. Mean the kiss. You love me? Say it. Say it. Mean it. What you doing? What you eating, a hamburger? You shouldn't be eating a hamburger at 11. It's too early to eat a hamburger. Let me go make you a better sandwich, a turkey sandwich on 47 grain bread with no mayonnaise and bean sprouts. Tastes like rat turds and twigs. Ain't that better? Ain't that better? A dry sandwich you don't want? Ain't that better? Why is the TV so loud? Well, turn it down. Ain't that better? Can't hear the TV, got a dry sandwich you don't want? Ain't that better? Why is it so cold in here? Why is the ceiling fan and the air conditioner? Turn it off. Ain't that better? Sweating, wrapped up into a hot vine, can't hear the TV, got a dry sandwich. Ain't that better? Why is it so dark in here? Let some sunlight in. Ain't that better? Can't see the TV, can't hear it. Hey, I gotta go, man. Y'all take care of it. Thank you very much.
As men, we can often come across situations where other men are making sexist jokes or degrading jokes and comments about women. We can tend to want to brush these jokes off, pretend that they didn't happen, or unfortunately, we might often laugh along with these jokes. Really, we're missing really important opportunities here to change societal attitudes and to take a stand against violence against women and to take a stand against sexism.
There are 2 rules in the fucking Latinos family. Don't marry somebody black and don't park in front of our house. Sit your fucking ass down. Sit your fucking ass down. I'm talking, bitch. Sit your fucking ass down. You paid to see a show. Sit your ass down. You can't take a joke, you're in the wrong motherfucking place. If you can't take a joke, you're in the wrong. So sit your fucking ass down or get the fuck out of here. Sit your fucking ass down or get the fuck out of here. I see you. Fuck yeah. Titty ball fucking I motherfucking ass. You got 2 choices. Shut the fuck up or get the fuck out. I'll tell you what, I'll make the choice for you. fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'll make the choice for you. Bye. 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 You can't take a joke. You're in the wrong motherfucking place. Bye. 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 Yeah, 4 seats just open up front. What's up, man?
You guys, it's like, you know, oh, we're...
Ashley, time out. Joe's giving his... I have probably entirely opposite opinions as Joe does when it comes to marriage. I'm stoked that I got married. I got a family now. You know, I'm coming from a total different thing, but I still think
I'm
it's
just letting you know, as a listener, the way that it's coming off, it's as though he is some sort of relationship expert or whatever, because people are calling in.
Joe Rogan,
the way that
host
he's
of
talking
Fear
about
Factor,
it,
fabulous comedian.
You guys aren't talking about Fear Factor. You guys
So
have
is
been
this
talking about
dangerous? Is this going to ruin the
relationships for past 10
institution if
minutes.
someone has an opposing opinion?
No,
What
you
is
can't
this?
make that opinion.
Why do you have to be
should make a
professional? Why do you have to be a
disclaimer that this
professional
guy does not
relationship
have
person to have an opinion? If
He
you call
can't-
up a
he can
sports
have an
radio
opinion. I'm
talk
not
show,
saying
do you
he
have
can't.
to have a professional degree in sports radio broadcasting to have an
I'm saying that if you're going to
opinion?
go on for 15 minutes about relationships...
You can go on for 15 minutes about meteors. You don't have to go to Mars first.
No. Yeah, but the way that you're talking about it is that you're like some sort of expert. And
No,
people are
I'm
like,
not.
"Oh,
I'm giving
dude,
my
wife
opinion. This
wants
is
to
what
go
I
and do
think. I
this,"
think
and
people
then
should
you,
be able to do whatever they
go and
want.
do whatever.
You're
And I
a
think that's
crazy lady who
ridiculous.
hates when someone comes down on the
No,
crazy
I am not
institution.
crazy.
Yes,
You
you are.
guys
If you
are
weren't crazy, for sure
I've been
you wouldn't be
listening to you
calling.
for the past
For
10
sure
years,
you wouldn't be calling
and
up if you
this is the
weren't
first
crazy.
time I
You're a
called
nutty lady.
because it's like,
I
oh my
like to be
God,
alone
you
with
guys
you
are
at 4 a.m. when I'm trying to get some sleep, and you still want to argue about the laundry. You're a crazy lady.
No, I am
You're
not
crazy.
I
And
am
thank
not,
God you're
but
married.
you guys
You
are
need to
totally
have someone
certifiable.
locked up to a contract.
Totally
Who the hell wants to
certifiable.
listen to your annoying ass every day of their life?
No,
Good
no.
morning. Good morning. What are you going to pick out about me today? Oh, I forgot to put the cap on the toothpaste. Why don't you shoot me in the head right now? I think that was in our crazy little contract.
You need to make the disclaimer.
I don't need to do nothing, lady. You shut your hole. You can't control the world. You can't control me. You don't own me like
No,
that
I
little
don't control
bitch
you.
that
I
you
don't know
live
you,
with.
but this is it's the right thing to do, man.
What's the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Jump off the bridge?
Seriously.
I agree. You get up to the
You
highest
jump off
point
the
and you go
bridge,
head
no
first,
name, because
baby.
you're acting like a
Let's
moron.
see what's next.
And you're just going crazy.
I'm making fun of you. You know how many people are listening right now laughing their ass off? It's like 1 million. You don't know nothing, lady. You're delusional.
All I know
It's
is that
me
you
in
should
San
just
Francisco
really
against
make a
you,
disclaimer
crackpot.
That you guys are no relationship experts.
No relationship expert. I'm an expert. I've been through like 8,000 of them. You shut your hole. I had 4 relationships just this week.
Certifiable.
You don't know nothing about relationships, lady. We're having a relationship. You and I are relating.
Seriously.
It's a relationship. I am the comedian on the radio. You're the crazy lady making my day.
Whenever, and I understand the emotion behind not wanting people to mock certain things, but nobody ever just comes out and says, you can't say that because I don't like it. Because there's something kind of self-centered and self-serving about that. So it's an instinct to put in a reason why you shouldn't mock it. So people who don't like certain humor say, well, it contributes to a culture, or it contributes to an environment which perpetuates racial stereotypes, or sexual stereotypes, or this. The same as when religious people say, don't mock my religion, because what it does is it knocks down religion, which knocks down the family, which is bad for the structure of the country. Like, everybody has a reason. Nobody ever thinks, hey, you're saying something I don't like and I don't want you to say it. There's nothing I'm comfortable enough saying that you shouldn't make fun of. And I think as long as your intention is to be funny, I think that we all go into a comedy club knowing that. And there's a great difference between even a harsh rape joke and saying, all kidding aside, folks, rape is good. Like, we all know the difference between that.
Although that was pretty funny. You just see that exactly there?
Well, you know
that
what
section was like, nice one, nice one.
Well, the tap on the table made me look. I think that there's a difference, too, between a comedy club where you understand that we're trying to have an emotion pulled out of us, which is laughter, and standing up at the office party and going, to rape!
Gentleman in the glasses that hates women. I want to know if he ever had a date.
Hold on.
If he's ever been with anybody.
I don't hate women. Now, I'm sure you have multiple blouses and multiple pairs of pants at home, but you chose these because they were your favorite. They were better than the others. That doesn't mean you hate the ones you didn't wear. I don't hate women. Men
What
are
does
just,
that have to do with having a date?
Men are better than women. Yes.
That's not my answer my question. And take those stupid glasses off.
I'm sure
Show us
Dr.
your
Phil
eyes.
can
Look
back
at
me
us
up on
directly and
this.
show us how you look.
Women line up to date guys like me, and you've had them all on your
I don't see
show.
any women lined up at all. I don't see any women lined up to you, and I would definitely be at the end of that line.
Well, if you hit the treadmill a little more, you'd be at the front.